Hello and welcome back to another video. Today is Thursday the 24th of October, and in this video I'm going to be explaining why it's important, especially for a man, to always stay calm and not make decisions based on emotional and irrational responses. When you are in a heightened state of emotion, when you are feeling some sort of anger, some sort of FOMO, some sort of distress, hunger, tiredness, you are very rarely ever going to make the most objective and therefore the most correct decision in the moment. Now, I understand and appreciate that we are human beings. We naturally have emotions and urges, and we can't control that. It's how we are made. It's how the man above created us. But we can recognize that we have these emotions and learn to be mindful when we are in these heightened states of emotion, and learn to not make decisions in those moments. So by all means express your emotions, but do it in the right way. There's a great scene in one of my favorite TV shows, Peaky Blinders, where Thomas Shelby, he essentially is kind of abducted, brought into the room, threatened, given an ultimatum. He actually has a gun pointed to his head. And you would think in this situation, he would be very frantic, he'd be very emotional. But he stayed calm as the gun was pointed to his head. And you can imagine how you would be in that situation, full of fear, full of anxiety. But he was calm. He was able to maneuver himself out of that situation. And then in the next scene, you see him in a room alone where he expresses his emotion. He takes his jacket, he slings it on the ground, he screams. And so I think that is a perfect demonstration of how we should approach situations. So, when we're in a situation, say at work, you may feel anger, you may feel scared, and you have that inside. Don't show it in that moment, but when you're alone, maybe you're with trusted ones, that's when you can let it out. Because essentially, what these emotions do is they make you careless. And like I said, you're vulnerable to make the wrong decision. And life works with cause and effect. There's always consequences to the decisions that you make. So once you take that positive step to make an action or say something, you can't undo it. You can't undo it. So if a colleague at work irritates you, says something that offends you, if you punch them in the face, you can't unpunch them, right? And in the moment, you'll feel vindicated, you'll feel good. But there will be consequences with that. You will lose your job, right? You may even have to deal with the criminal system. This is just hypothetical. There's another story, actually, I heard once when I was watching a YouTube video, and it was this great, I think, samurai or some sort of warrior. I don't know if this is a true story or not, but it was a warrior, and he was a renowned warrior for his region. And one day, someone tried to challenge him. Someone tried to fight him and was really egging him on to fight, saying, "Come on, if you're the best, you can easily beat me." Things along those lines. and he was calm. He wasn't going to fight. He didn't see the need to. Initially, the other person kept going, and he was like, okay, if that's how you're going to be. He was ready to pull out his sword, and then the other person spat on him, and then the warrior, what he did was he put his sword back. So he was going to fight him, but once he was spat on, he put his sword back. And why he opted not to fight was because he got angry. So he was ready to fight. He was in a calm state. And then as soon as he felt angry, he put the sword back into his, I don't know the word, I'm just going to call it sword holder. Another quote that I like a lot is from the movie The Godfather, classic, and it's the Godfather mentoring Michael, and he says that he's tried his whole life not to be careless. Women and children can be careless, but not men. And what I think is that acting on your impulses, submitting to your emotions, can lead to careless decisions. So that's the video for today. I genuinely hope you found it inspirational and informative. I hope you have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.